Okay, guys, I want to talk about a few things before I go to bed. I'm exhausted. But okay, the first thing I want to talk about is what they're saying, the reason for why Kanye West has gone to the far, far left. They're saying that Kanye gifted his cousin a laptop some time ago that had him sleeping with other women while he was initially courting Kim. Not initially, but before they decided that, hey, let's make a go of this and let's go ahead and try and get ourselves to become a couple. So and then I'm like, it just doesn't make sense, because I'm like, okay, why would you gift to someone a computer that that you were taping yourself having sex with other women? Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, Kanye, you got guap. Why wouldn't you just give somebody a brand new computer? But anyway, the computer he supposedly gave his cousin, or gifted his cousin, had the footage of him with other women, and the cousin was like, basically to him, so what is going on? You gave me some a computer with you screwing girls. And Kanye was like, okay, yeah, give it back. He like, nah, you can't get this computer back. You need to give me $250,000. Kanye was like, what? $250? But you family. He like, yeah, I'm family, but you rich. So they saying that ever since that ordeal, Kanye hasn't been able to trust anybody, because he feels like if your family will get you, then anybody will get you. I'm like, well, Kanye, I mean, I understand you feeling a certain way about it. Okay, my family, then, you can't trust nobody if you can't trust your family. But I don't see it being the reason for him losing his mind and dyeing his hair blonde. Because every time a black man want to dye his hair blonde, it's always a sign of crazy. And I ain't talking about, like, how the young dudes are dyeing their hair, like the tips blonde. That's fashionable. Like back in the day, like in the 80s, the young dudes used to put like S curls in the top of their hair, or dreads in the top of it was just always something different. But you could just tell the difference. Like when Chris Brown dyed his hair blonde, it was like yeah, every time they dye their hair blonde after a huge like issue, like court or baby mama or something like that, it's gonna be some problems. But for me to think that the reason why Kanye is losing his mind is because of that, no, that's not the reason to me. Because if I'm like a millionaire, like how Kanye a millionaire, and now he done married Kim Kardashian, now she's a millionaire, you put those two money together, they ain't struggling. I'd be like, man, Ninja, here go $250, get out my face, give me my computer, and don't talk to me anymore. No more. As a matter of fact, I smack him in the face with the $250 and say, get out my face, Ninja, lose my number. And when he walking out the door, I call, what's that man he called before? Man, I call him the Philly Savage, Beanie Single. I'll be like, man, Beans, go steal my money back, man. Give me my money back. Since he your cousin and he talking about he trying to give you the business, that's what I do. I'd be like, Beans, man, go get my money back from my cousin. You get it back, you can have half of it. Beanie Single, he need his bread for real. But yeah, they're saying that the reason why he's acting crazy is because of that. That is the catalyst as to why he started tripping. But I don't think that's it. Some people say that it was because, he lost his mom, which I believe. Some people lose their mind when they lose their mother. But to me, nah. No. It's definitely not because of the laptop thing and the porn, I mean. But, it possibly could be because he lost his mom. A lot of people, losing a parent or a loved one that close. A parent or a child will make you, pretty much, change your life. But I think it's because if you ask me, I think it's because he's a genius, and eventually all geniuses go crazy. I mean, and not crazy like in a bad way, but crazy in a way of the truth. Because to me, Kanye just doesn't want to play the game anymore. He just wants to speak the truth. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is Blac Chyna versus the Kardashians. So I seen on World Star Hip Hop, which is absolutely true, Rob got 5 sisters, and can't none of them go step to Blac Chyna and beat that ass? None of them? Can't none of them swing on that girl like together? Y'all couldn't even jump her? Y'all so scared of Blac Chyna that y'all wouldn't even jump that girl? Not even big bad Khloe Kardashian. Khloe thinks she always trying to break bad with somebody, but supposedly after Blac Chyna left Rob in the house and he looking all crazy and everything, because Blac Chyna like, I'm sick of him. He don't want to clean himself. He don't want to shave himself. He don't want to get out of bed. He don't want to work out. He don't want to do nothing. He's getting on my nerves. He's depressed. He been diagnosed depressed for 4 years, and he's self-medicating himself. I'm just sick of him. But when they showed the picture of him looking all crazy in the camera, I mean, come on, Rob, look at yourself in the camera, dude. His family, man, look him in the camera. That man looked like he ain't had a shave in 2 months. My God, he looked gross. And, it was a trip. Whoever helped her move all her stuff, did they vacuum after her? Because them daggone rooms was absolutely vacuumed. And you mean to tell me y'all gonna say that the girl done took the Eggos? Really? She done took the Eggos? Unless this girl was trying to be funny and be like, you want to eat up everything around the house? I ain't leaving you nothing to eat up, nothing. But me, I'd be petty. I'd just take everything and put it on the floor or something. Let the dog eat it. It ain't like I'm about to... Because there's more stuff to move. Why would I move food? There's more stuff to move. Ain't nobody got time to be moving food. I'm trying to hurry up and get the heck out of there. But I don't believe that to be true. I think that's just something they did. Mama, Chris probably came in and was like, okay, get the camera. Vacuum up, clean up the house. Let's clean up everything. Make it look like she left and took everything. And, poor Rob, he going along with everything. Rob just trying to live his life. He just want to live in a cave and be left alone and eat Eggos. That's all he want to do. But they said before she left, she beat his butt. They said that he beat... Blac Chyna look like she old fighter. I mean, she from the DMV. We have been known to swing on dudes before. But, yeah. He got 5 sisters and none of them can step to him. Like, I know Khloe would step to him. Like, I don't see Kim doing it. If anybody, maybe Kylie might do it. Maybe Kylie might run up on her, but come on, y'all. Y'all can jump together. Y'all can, Khloe work out every night. You mean to tell me she can't swing? Y'all can't hold her and do nothing and hit her in the head with some nickels? Y'all can't do nothing? Jesus! So, the last thing I want to talk about is, Real Housewives of Atlanta, Bravo TV, you are getting exactly what you deserve. Y'all want to be all dirty, and y'all want to do dirty things to people, because like I said, yeah, some of that stuff on Real Housewives of Atlanta, them girls is making them plot lines on their own, but some of them things, them girls don't see a lot of that stuff coming. Like the thing about Blac and Candy, I don't believe they knew that was coming up. I don't believe they knew that Apollo was getting him I don't believe Phaedra knew that Apollo was working on him old fiance. I don't believe Kenya knew that Matt was working on him a new piece of vagina. I don't believe that. I don't believe Sheree knew that she was going to get hit in the head with a fine and probation. I don't believe that. But guess what Bravo got smacked in the face with? A lawsuit. Because they have been working their production team so hard since 2009 to the present and wasn't paying them people a lick of overtime. They got to pay out over $440,000 to all the production team who worked between 50 and 70 hours a week, and they didn't pay them nothing. Oh, child, they done got the Screen Actors Guild involved and everything. I mean, them people was working, doing overtime, and Bravo just looking at them sweating, being hungry in the sun, and just look at a hot mess, not taking baths, just working and lying and coming up with plot lines. And Bravo Andy was just throwing a whip at their head. Work mule, work. Well, a New York judge or a New York court ordered them mother suckers to pay. And now they got to pay. Yeah, I don't see Atlanta Housewives lasting much longer. And this last thing I want to say, remember I told y'all that Bravo paid Nene to divorce Greg, and now Cynthia is divorcing Peter. Now know this, she sold her house for $700,000 and she bought a new one for $900,000. You do the math. Nene got $1 million to divorce Greg. How much you think Cynthia got? Do the math. Have a good night, naysayers. Deuce.